Hello everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. I hope you like the new name and the new logo and that you found it okay. So we're going to carry on with our Valentine series, and this time we're on project number 3 and we're going to create an image similar to this. So as you can probably see, it's a light bulb. Now if like me, you haven't got a light bulb stamp or a die and you don't fancy drawing it totally freehand, I'm going to show you how you can use what you've probably already got in your stash to create something like this very easily. So I'm going to pop this to one side. This is one of those things that you can adapt to whatever size you like really, but mine's going to be a 6, no it's not, it's going to be a 5x7, and the white mat is going to be a 6x4 or 4x6. So, but as I say, you can make this anything you like. You can use a bigger image, but you'll see how easy that is as we go along. So before we put this together, I've got a few other bits we're going to use just to make it a little bit more colourful. So this is one of those, we're going to keep it reasonably clean and simple, not totally, but reasonably. And it's one of those you can bling it up or make it as simple as you like, and depending on how you adorn this or embellish it, it can be for anybody. So, and for any gender. So for the time being, I'm going to pop that to one side and I'm going to pop my card to the one side. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to create the light bulb image with what you've already got. Now, the only piece of equipment I used, if you can call it equipment, is I used a circular die. Now, I won't give you sizes for this because I don't know what they is. I think it's about, it looks to me like it's probably about, this particular one is probably about a 3-inch die, but you can use whatever you've got. It doesn't have to be this size. It won't make much difference. And what you do, I've only got 3 colours. I'm going to use 3 colours of pen. A light grey, a dark grey and a black. So what you do is, it doesn't matter whether you use the inside of the die or the outside. I'm going to use the outside and I'm going to start there and I'm going to finish it about there. I'm not sure if you can see. Oh, you should just about be able to see those marks. So you could hold this into place if you wanted to, or you could tape it into place, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to hold it with my hands. And what you do, you can do this with a pencil first if you want to, which is what I did when I tried it out for the first time. But I'm going to risk it. I'm going to go in and be bold. And I'm going to go in with a pen straight away. So that slight gap in the conversation is where I was changing hands to go around the other side. So once you've done that, you'll have an image that looks like that, which I'm sure you will agree is a lot easier to see. And we need to make the bit at the bottom, I think, is it called the element or the filament? I'm not very good at electronics. So all you need to do there, so I'm just using the one I've got as a guide. Bring that down just a tiny bit with your dark grey. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to draw a very rough, rounded rectangle, if that makes any sense, just like that. I'll do it slow. So just round there, tidy it up a bit like that if you need to. And there we've got our basic shape. Now, I'm going to leave that like that for the time being, because what we need to do next is go back. You could do this first if you wanted to. So we're going to do this all together in one hit, so to speak, in one go. So we're going to use our palest grey, the palest grey that we've chosen to use. Let's call it light grey, medium grey, or light grey, dark grey and black if you like, whatever you find easiest to remember. So I'm just using my Pitt pens, but you can use anything you like. You can use any pens. You've got ordinary colouring pens, felt tip pens that you can buy inexpensively from somewhere like a stationery store would be fine for this. So, or if you want an inexpensive set and you haven't got one, I would highly recommend the Scribblicious ones from the Works, if you've got a Works in your area, or if not, head over to their website. They are inexpensive, but they're good quality. And I use them all the time. I'm not using them, well, a lot of the time. I'm not using them this time, but I have got a whole pack of them, which sometimes I use, sometimes I don't. So there's no particular reason why I use any particular pens. I just pick up whatever I've got. So now we need the squiggly bit. You can tell I'm technically minded, can't you? But before we do that, we're just going to fill in this bit. This is the bit that either screws or, well, actually this one looks like it's a screw-in bulb. It's the bit that plugs into the bit that dangles down or hangs up, the bit that you connect to the light fitting. One day I'm going to learn the proper technology or terminology for these things. Look, that's the wrong end. Well done. So I'm going to use a black, and I'm going to go across there. This is for the, what would be the ruts for the screw, where you screw it in. Now, if you wanted to blend those in, what you could do, if you wanted to, was just use your dark grey and go over it just to blend it in, if you wanted to. But again, you don't have to. So now we've done that, we need to do the wiggly bit. So what we're going to do, the easiest way I found, is go on the tip of your pen. If you want to use a pencil to do this bit, you can, or a colouring pencil. Again, I haven't measured this, but you just need, basically you need 2 vertical lines, not going too far up, just going into the wide bit of the bulb, that are more or less the same height. And then all you do, to connect them up, you just draw a squiggle, like that. And there you have your bulb. That was easy, wasn't it? So that's how I created my light bulb. I'm just putting my pens to one side. So now I've done that, I'm going to pop that to one side. I'm going to bring in my card and bring in the image I made. It doesn't actually matter, although I've cut this one to the correct size. I just use that one to show you. So I'm going to bring in the one as they say I did earlier, because this is the size I wanted. And we're going to use some glue. I'm going to use my Creative Crafts bookbinding glue for this part anyway. And what we're going to do, we're going to pop some glue. Looks like I need to get a new bottle out. It's all right, I've got 3 more. I always have plenty of this glue because I absolutely love it. And I don't want to run out. So I'm just going to squiggle some glue over there. And of course, if you use glue rather than tape, you've got time to get it into position, or into the position you want it. So just hold that down for a few seconds. With this glue, you won't need more than that. And already we have the start of our greeting card. Now, I'm just going to add a little bit more on here. What I've done, I've die cut a small heart. Now this was the second smallest from my nesting hearts. But you can use you can make a bigger heart if you wanted to, or you can make a bigger image, or you can make some little hearts if you want and have them radiating out. I'm not going to do that this time, but you can if you wish. And again, I'm going to use my bookbinding glue to stick the heart on top of my bulb area. I'm going to put that on there. If you wanted to, once this is all finished, I'm not going to do it today, but if you wanted to, you could put some glossy accents on this to make it look a bit shiny, like as a bulb would be. But again, it's one of those things you can do if you want to, but again, you don't have to. Now, I have handwritten with a calligraphy pen, but if you've got a stamp that has this, or a sentiment, it doesn't have to be the sentiment, it can be any sentiment you like. But as it's a light bulb, I've just written light of my life. I could have put you light up my life, but I've put light of my life because this is a Valentine's card and this one is going to Graham and he is the light of my life. So light of my life. And I'm not going to put it right underneath. I'm going to put it about there. And I've got some foam tape on the back of that. So you could leave it like that if you wanted to, but I'm going to bling mine up just a little bit. Now, I've got an easy way of doing this. Now, I've used, let me just pop that to one side. I've used some bling from my stash, and what I've done, I want three each in the top 2 corners. And so that I get them exactly even, what I've done is I've cut them from the acetate that they're sitting on so that they're already in position. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in my red runner tape, of course, and I'm just going to put it in that corner there, a bit there and a bit there. I could have used glue, but I'm not sure if this glue will stick to acetate, so that's why I'm using tape, because I know that will. And I'm going to stick that down there. And then I'm going to do the same in the other top corner. I'm not going to do anything to the bottom corner. I'm going to leave that because we've got this bit down here. And I'm going to stick that in there like that. And there we go, guys. There is our light bulb Valentine's card with light of my life, but you can use any sentiment you've got. So I'm going to leave that up to your imagination. You can use light of my life, or you light up my life, or you can use whatever sentiments you've got. It doesn't have to be for Valentine, of course. It could be an anniversary card. It could be just because you want to say hello, or just because you want to tell somebody that you love them. Not for Valentine necessarily, but for anything. There's never a wrong time to tell somebody that you love them. Well, I don't think there is anyway. So there we go. There is our Valentine's Project number 3. And when you come back on Friday, we will be making another Valentine's project, and we'll be making a box, a little Valentine's box, and we'll be having a lovely little message on the top. It won't be this one, it'll be a different one. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to create the letters for that image, or the top of that box, but all will be revealed on Friday. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you enjoy our new name and our new logo. And I will see you Friday. And in the meantime, enjoy the rest of the week. Take care, everybody. Have fun. And as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.